Well, we get together here on Wednesday evenings, as we have for many years, to talk about the early days of single sideband. The radios we have here go all the way back to the very beginning, 1951, when Central Electronics put their first exciter on the air and made it available to the general public. That's the first commercial radio. I'm not on that tonight. I'll say a little bit about what I am on in just a minute. Buy-sell trades are appropriate if they're vintage radio related, and this is the best place to ask for technical advice about a radio you're working on, because there's a lot of expertise and experience to be found here. Tonight I'm on what was known as Heathkit's single sideband adapter, the SB10. It came out in the late 1950s and was offered to people who had their old AM rigs sitting around there, trying to figure out what to do with them, and you could convert your old AM rig to a primitive version of single sideband. I'm using that with the Collins PTO. I converted my DX60 Novice rig to about 50 watts of single sideband, and that drives the Collins 30L1. Listening on the Drake 2B receiver with the Q multiplier peaked all the way up. So let's talk to people that we know are lurking here, and we will try to pick up the earlies first. If you were an early and you get forgotten about before we start taking other check-ins, pop in there and let us know we forgot you, and we'll try and get you in here. WB5TXW, George, talk to us, K5LYN.
Hello, Lynn, and all around the net for the finest hour of amateur radio for the week. WB5TXW here on the S-Line, 32S1, 75S3, 30L1. Power supply, speaker box, Shure 444 microphone, through the 2060 antenna tuner, up the 450 ohm twin lead to the 75-meter dipole, and it all seems to be working. Over.
It sure does. Considering the haywiring we did on that, it's amazing. Apparently something went right.
Well, it keeps going. As long as a chunk of ice or a tree doesn't fall on my antenna like it did, what's that now, 2 years ago almost.
Outstanding. Anything else for the net this evening?
That is it. WB5TXW back to net.
Okay, I think I heard Don, W5DK, a while ago. Don, did not hear you early?
Yes, sir. Evening, everybody. Appreciate you running the net, Lynn. Just checking in on my old trusty, dusty TR4 Drake and D104 microphone. And I am stressing it with L4 amp out to double extended zip tonight, I think. Appreciate you. Y'all let somebody else get in here. W5DK.
Nicely done, Don, and I like my Drake L4 also, L4B. I use it with my Central Electronics 10A from the very first days of single sideband. Good to hear you. Nice signal into Austin. K5LT, how about it, Lyle?
Well, good evening, Lynn, and everyone on the net. This is K5LT, Lyle, located outside of Bernie, Texas, about 30 miles northwest of San Antonio. And running the usual here tonight, the Heathkit SB101 into the Heathkit SB221 amplifier out to a double extended ZEP antenna run to the cedar trees, which happen to be a little bit wet from the rain we got yesterday. So, very thankful for that. We got just over an inch whenever I checked the rain gauge today. So we definitely needed it. Hope everybody got some that needed it. And other than that, everything's going good. Let me pick on Don while I can. So he said his radio is trusty and dusty. Trust me, I can attest to that. It's definitely dusty. I think all of his radios are dusty. They come with a layer of dust on them. So back to you, Lynn. K5LT.
Sound good, Lyle. Look forward to seeing you at the next Belton, probably. All right. Hey, Dan, bring us up to date. What's going on down there in Houston? Did the storm give you any trouble at all? What about your power? KWOZ, talk to us.
Yeah, good evening, everybody, and good evening to you, Lynn. Good signal. This is Dan, KWOZ, in the middle of Houston. So it was, I think all the damage was over in Pasadena, which is about 10 miles east of us here. I was working up here when it came through, and I looked at my weatherometer, and it showed 55 and 60 mile an hour winds very consistently. Of course, you could hear them. And we got, 20 almost 5 inches, 4.73 inches of rain over that couple-hour period. So we got our share, but it flushed all the leaves down the sewers, and I think somebody over by the east side got most of it. Talking on a Kenwood 830 that I've had on here quite a few times, but I've got a different amplifier now. I resurrected a what do you call it? Syntec Centurion. That was it's a beautiful amplifier. There's hardly a mark on this thing, but it was cobbled from one end to the other, mainly by Syntec, I think. But anyway, I got a pair of 400s in there. I got it without tubes, but the 400s are putting out about a kW, and it's been a nightmare. I'm still not finished. I can't get all the digital readout things to work right, or all the chiclet indicators. But we're making progress. At least I know it's putting out power, and I got good output showing on the meters and high voltage and all that crap. So it's working, and that's all I need to see. KWOZ, back to that.
Sounded good, Dan. Now, did your power stay on the whole time?
Yeah, interesting. The guys came out and changed the oil in our generator, a Generac here, the day before that came through. And the guy said, you may need this by the looks of some of these storms, but we didn't, thank goodness.
Well, apparently the power is well managed in your area. Good to know. All right, Dan, you sounded great. Anything else for the net this evening?
No, you sound good too, Lynn. I keep writing down the sequence that you have those things connected, because one day I'm going to get ambitious and do the same thing with that SB10 I've got down there.
Have I ever sent you a picture of this thing?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay, I'll do it. Yeah, it's it fills up the corner of the room, but it's fun. All right, sounded great, Dan. Let's move on. Hey, WW9W, what about it, Robert?
K5LYN and WW9W. Good evening, Lynn. Good evening to all the boat anchors, operators. All is well up here. I guess I'm doing pretty good. The groundhog has not delivered my mail to me, so I guess I'm doing pretty good. I'm on the OFT 101EE. Got it going into a 4-1000 amplifier and an Ultimac 8040 coaxial dipole. Got it in an inverted V configuration. Looks like about a kilowatt from the OM. Don't have anything else. Hope everybody have a good evening. Hope to see you guys back here next week. I've been missing for the last couple of months there, but I figured I'd get back in the swing of things this year. K5LYN, WW9W, back to you.
Very nicely done, Robert. Great to hear you, for sure. All right, let's see here. Sammy, you got something for us tonight? What about it? W5DPP, talk to us. Well, maybe Sammy's across the room, or maybe he'll be back. How about KC5L, Tom?
Hey, good evening, Lynn, and everyone on the Boat Anchors Net. Tom, KC5L in San Antonio, and tonight we're on the usual here. We're talking on the Central Electronics 200V with D104 microphone. It's driving the 600L amplifier, and that's going to a Johnson KW Matchbox and a homebrew doublet up about 15 feet. And we're listening on the R390A. And your Studebaker is sounding great here as usual. And that's about all I have. So back to you, Lynn, KC5L.
Yeah, you labeled it right. I always compare this to a Studebaker because it was assembled from a bunch of junk I had in the garage. That's the way Studebakers were made. I know I had 3 of them. Sounded great, Tom. Hey, by the way, my 600L is on its way to Winterfest in the St. Louis area, where Nick is putting on a show tonight. We'll see what he makes of it when he gets there.
Roger. I was wondering about your 600L. Hope he gets it all put together.
Yeah, we'll finish this story when we know how it concludes. Good to hear you. All right, hey, how about Mr. Phil, the radio voice of Collins in Mississippi, W5PF? Talk to us, Phil.
Hello, Lynn, and hello, boat anchors. This is Phil, November 5, Papa Foxtrot, located in Vicksburg, Mississippi. Good signal tonight. Man, that storm come through here last night about 7 o'clock, I guess. Doom and gloom, warnings, all kind of mess going on. Supposed to have been 70 miles per hour winds ahead of it, and then a hard line, and then 50 mile per hour winds behind it in a different direction. And And we were sitting here watching Vanna White, Wheel of Fortune. And it went through and didn't do nothing. It was wimpy. Glad of that. Worked out good. I'm running a KWM2 with a Heil Gold Line microphone. I got a 312B5 hooked up to it. That's the external VFO. Running out 30L1, putting out about 600, maybe a little over. And cage dipole is 50 feet. Got a reflector on that dipole and trying to cut off South America, and it might be doing the job. It's south of it, and it's not hurting Texas signals at all. You guys are sounding good. Back to you, Lynn, and 5 p.m.
Hey, Phil, great signal into Austin. Not quite as great as you were on 20 this past Sunday, which was really good, but nice signal. Any new projects in the works on your end?
No, just trying to get this 75S3B to work, and there's something going on with that crystal oscillator, and I don't know, I'll probably send it to the shop, but I don't have the capacitors to put in there, and there's about 4 of them in there and several resistors. It's got to be one of those. I don't know what else it could be. I've changed the key about 4 or 5 times. Every one of them gives me the same results. It's still not working. So, I don't know. That's about the only thing I got going on. Back to you.
The longer you talk, the louder you got, Phil. Good conditions tonight. Great to hear you, and good luck with the project. Okay, here, I'm going to talk to N5JJI and IGG and IEI. I'll talk to those, Jay, and then I'll throw it your way, and I'll tell you who else I got on my list. A great signal tonight. How about JJI? Ed, you still there? N5JJI? Well, he hadn't gone far. WA5IGG, talk to us, Adolf.
Yeah, good afternoon to you there, Lynn, and to everybody on the net. Everybody is sounding real good. This is Whiskey Alpha 5 India Golf Golf, located out here in the country 2 miles south of Blue, which is directly between Lexington and Elgin. And this afternoon we're operating the Helicrafter Twins, the HT44 transmitter with the SX117, and into a Amp Supply Company LA1000A sweep tube amplifier, probably peaking about 400 watts, and using a D104 microphone, which seems to work a little bit better with this rig than the Turner Plus 3. So that's what we're operating this evening, Lynn. Over.
Very nice work on your part, Adolf. And by the way, I'm always telling you to come by and see what I'm doing here. You know, I'm just a little bit beyond Interstate 35 on 290 coming in from your place, so it's no big deal to get here.
Yeah, QSL, and it's always on my mind. And to be honest with you, the ranch has been kind of overwhelming me here the last few months, and we're beginning to get things halfway caught up and under control, but we're going to be phasing it down, and slowly but surely, and in the next few years we won't have nearly the load that we got right now.
Well, I know you're busy out there, a lot going on, so keep us posted.
Yeah, QSL, and thank you always for having that invite. Anyway, enjoying the net, and so we'll say our 73s to everybody. This is Whiskey Alpha 5, India Golf Golf, back to net.
Okay, Adolf, great to hear your beautiful signal. I'm going to talk to IEI. My frequency counter looks like I'm creeping up the band, which might mean it's time for me to quit talking. Hey, Mike, you over there somewhere? K5LYN.
Yeah, hello, Lynn, everybody on the net. This is W5IEI, Mike in Breckenridge, Texas, on my Malcolmized Yaesu FT102, and I'm running that into a WA5 MTT Alpha 76A that he rebuilt, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago. It's been a while. But it looks like it's doing 1,100 watts real easy, and Heil Gold Line, and a fan dipole at 70 feet. So that's what we got going here. Thanks for letting me in. Y'all have a good one. W5IE.
Great signal, Mike. And if you've got an MTT amplifier there, you know the job was done right. Nice work on your part. Anything else for the group this evening?
Nope. Y'all just have a good time.
Okay. Jay, I've got SED. I got Kenneth, JXP, is that right? I think that's right. MTT Mike, and I got KA5CXG Bob. So Jay, KM5Q, let's pick it up. K5LYN.
I'm back, Jay.
Okay, is that you, Ed?
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, I'll just start with you then. This is KM5QS. I'm on a TS820S with an R820 for a receiver and a TL922 and a homebrew amplifier. An Electro-Voice 664A microphone. And Ed is out there just waiting to tell us what he's got. Go ahead, Ed.
Okay, well, if Ed can get this old cheap microphone to key up. Talking tonight into a General Electric microphone hooked to a HW101 over to an SB201 amplifier, Dentron Super Tuner Matchbox 450 ohm ladder line out to an inverted V up about 45 feet. And everybody's sounding great tonight. N5, JJI New Braunfels, back to net.
Okay, Ed, well, it's doing the job. Sounding good as usual. Thank you for checking in. Alrighty, let's see. It doesn't look like, I don't know if anybody called Don or not. I wasn't paying attention for a minute or two. WB5OZZ, you still there? Well, maybe not. All right. W5DPP, Sammy, what you got? Okie dokie. I'll come down here to Steve, K0SED. Your turn.
Well, you struck that Peter this time, Jay. K0SED and Tyler, and as usual, I'm on this Trustfuel Kenwood 520 Collins 3001, a dipole, 40-odd feet up in the air. And if I can talk, that's about it. Everybody have a great week. Back to you, Jay. K0SED.
Okay. Well, Robitussin's pretty good if you can stand the taste. Yeah, I'm assuming you got that sinus training stuff, right?
Oh, kind of like that, but I got some Jack in there, too.
Ah, that's even better. A little lemon and honey, and yeah, that's okay. I got you. Good luck with it.
Thanks, Jay.
Okay. All right, Kenneth, AG5XP, your turn, sir.
Yeah, thank you there, Jay, for picking me up. This is Kenneth, Alpha Golf 5, X-Ray Papa, up there in Brownwood. Yeah, I had some friends down there in Deer Park, and it was about 2 blocks away from where all the major damage was, and they survived with this very little damage, so good thing on that. But tonight I'm on the same kind of setup that old Lynn's got a little bit of everything. Didn't have no particular branding in common, but what we got here is I got an old Heathkit SB10. Got it hooked up to a Johnson Viking 1, and it's going into a Gonset GSB 201. And to receive all this good stuff, I got it going to a Helicopters XX101, powered up by a D104 microphone, and a 2040 Heathkit tuner stuck on the end of it there, and that's what we got here. And I got a question for the group here, Jay.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, well, I got a Dow key. It's a DKC TRP. There's no contacts. This thing's got a tube that sticks out of the top of it. You plug it into the wall. It's got like a 50 Echo Henry 5 tube in it. And I was wondering what this thing does.
Well, comment, Kenneth, there was something called a TR switch, which wasn't a switch. And I don't know if that's what that is or not. I didn't know that Dow Key made them, but that's the only thing I could think of that might have a tube.
Roger that. The way this thing is rigged up, it's got 3, it's like a little square box with 3 deals for putting your coax. One of them comes in and goes directly to that other side, so there's no contact in it at all. Then the third terminal is hooked up to the tube. I don't know if it's some kind of switch where to cut your receiver off or what this thing does.
Yeah, look up on an old handbook or on the internet, electronic vacuum tube TR switch, and it's deceiving because it's not a switch. It's exactly what you said. The tube cuts off the RF.
Right. Yeah, I found a brochure that showed this particular gizmo for sale, but it didn't say what it did or anything about it. But I'll do what you said there. And that's what we got here in Brownwood and back to the net.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't have any idea what that would be. I'd probably burn up an ohm meter trying to check it and see what it was doing, whether it was switching or putting voltage on something. But anyway, alrighty. Let me take a trip up north. Whiskey Delta Zero Alpha Alpha Hotel. Mark, can you still copy me?
Excuse me, KM5QS. Good evening, Jay and the Bonaker Net. Boy, everybody's just been hanging in there really good tonight. The folks are down in Houston and Mississippi, just armchair copy. So hopefully you can copy me. I'm running the Hot Water 12 tonight. Got a D104 microphone. And give them a little help with an SB1000 DCAP amplifier, which is a clone of an AL80A. Got the 3500Z cooking along. And I've got an LDG tuner going into my high gain, high tower vertical. I also have the 160 meter kit, they call it the MK160, hanging off the top of the tower. So that's the story. I'm sticking to it, I guess. And also the gentleman with that transmit receive, Johnson, also made one. I ran across that on the internet. And yes, it does use the tube to break the transmit on that. So I think if you look under Johnson, they've got a pretty good schematic of that also. I know they had one on one of Showman's auctions this summer, so you know, if you went to past auctions, you might be able to find it in there also. And they had kind of a schematic and working paperwork with that. So otherwise, we're hanging around 15 degrees. And next week, it's really going to get down around the 0 mark at night. So winter time's not over up here. Thanks for letting me in, gentlemen. Good signals all the way around from WD0AAH.
Okay, Mark. Good deal. Yeah, well, I guess I'll turn on the air conditioner. It's still 53 degrees down here. We're going to break out the bikinis and the rum drinks here in a little bit. But we'll get over it when the next cold front comes through. Thanks for checking in. We'll look for you next week. Let me see. Bob, KA5CXG, your turn.
Okay, Jay. KA5CXG. Bob out here at San Angelo. Not doing too much on the old 830 tonight. And I got an 820 that I actually like better, but I'm on the 830 tonight. I'll have to get the 820 in here and fire it up. I think, and I'm not sure about this Delkey thing, I think what that does actually is cuts off the RF to the receiver, so that when you transmit, the tube shuts off the RF to the receiver. I'm thinking. I might be wrong, but I'm thinking that's what, at least if I was going to make something, that's what I would make. I would take that RF off the receiver so that you wouldn't have any kind of an accident. Anyway, that's it from here. Don't have much else. It's winter time, as we all know. Looking forward to spring, very much so this year. And who knows? Might even get a 160 meter up. I've been threatening to do that for a couple of years and haven't done it yet. But I've got the wire, so I guess I might as well do it. Anyway, everybody has a good week. Everybody is sounding good. Mike's 102 up there is probably the best sounding one of them I've ever heard. And we'll check with y'all next week. KA5CXG.
Okay, Bob. Good deal. Yeah, 160 can be when when it's not so noisy. It's pretty good sometimes. We used to go down there when 80 gets so we couldn't hear nothing. But anyhow, all righty, good deal. Let's see, WA5MTT, Mike, go ahead.
Yeah, hello, Jay, and everybody on the Boat Anchors Net. Tonight we're on the Collins F-line again, the winged emblem F-line, 75S2 receiver, 32S1 transmitter, and the amplifier is the Collins 30S1. The microphone is Lecture Voice 674. And IEI, Mike, glad to hear you still got that Alpha amplifier. That was a very pristine one when I got it from a guy out in California who had told me that it had been sitting on a shelf in his closet since the 1980s. And after I had operated it a while, I figured out why. It had an intermittent issue that I found. And so, long story short is it was a pristine amplifier that didn't get a whole lot of use. So glad you're having fun with it. Back to you, Jay.
All right. Well, let's see. My list just ran out. But so, is there anyone else that wants to check into the net? Come now.
Tango Foxtrot, Zulu Tango.
November 0 Bravo.
Okay, let me catch the first two, and then I'll try there was another one that was pretty weak. Tango Foxtrot, go ahead.
Okay, Jay, KN5QS from W5 Tango Foxtrot. Name's Terry, I'm near Laurel, Mississippi. Yeah, that big blowhard come through here last night. We didn't get it till about 11 o'clock, till about 3. We got about 1 3/4 rain out of it. That's about it. I didn't hear no outstanding wind, but my ears don't count. XYL's got better ears. Didn't wake her up, so I guess everything's okay. I'm on the old SB301 receiver tonight. The Central Electronics 100V transmitter. Driving the SB220. About 500 or 600 watts on a low tap to a double bazooka up at about 45 feet. The mic's a D104. Everybody sounding good. Jay, go ahead, over.
All right, Terry, you're sounding good yourself. No problem. Now, we saw a news clip. A fellow in Pasadena had his cell phone out recording as that tornado was blowing through. And right in the middle of his little recording, he goes, "Oh, crap!" And he just went off the air.
You reckon it got him?
No, I don't think it tore him up, but they wasn't anybody hurt, but it tore up some stuff.
Alrighty, well, hopefully it don't come through here like that. I don't like that. That's what I liked about living in the Texas Panhandle. You could see them coming a long way off.
That's true, but you still can't outrun them.
That's Roger on that, but they had storm cellars out there. A lot of them did. Oh man, that adds to the mix when you're rolling down the highway and you go, okay, which way do I go? Anyway, all right, Terry, sounding great. Look for you next week. LT, go ahead. Uh-oh. Try it again. Man, you've got some terrible RF on there. It's really hard. It's something Foxtrot 5, and then the rest of it I couldn't copy.
Foxtrot Whiskey Romeo, 405 WR in Mississippi.
I think I got it, Jay.
Okay, go ahead, Lynn.
I think it's KF5 FWR, sir. Are you copying K5 Lima, Yankee, November? Well, Jay, we may not make that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. Oh, I just got the call from the other end of the house, Lynn, so I got to run. If you'll forgive me, KN5QS.
Yeah, I'm here, Lynn.
Okay, go ahead, Rusty.
Yeah, that station was in Mississippi, but that's all I got out of it. It was Kilo Foxtrot 5 and something. I didn't get the rest of it.
Yeah, FWR, I think.
Anyway, he didn't come back to you, and he should have heard you. All right, this is WK5R, and you're listening to the Boat Anchors Unlimited Net. And I'm tonight running my usual stuff, the Kenwood TS590S. The microphone is a Tascam TM70, which is made, I believe, by TX. It's just a dynamic studio mic. Anyway, that, and I'm driving the homebrew GS35B amplifier and to the Van Dipole, and that's what I got going on here. So who else is out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
November 0, Golf Victor Kilo.
All right, go ahead, Kurt.
0, India, Echo, India.
All right. IEI. Hang on. Go ahead, Kurt.
Okay, well, fine, Rusty. Thanks for letting me check in tonight. This is N0GVK. Kurt up here in south central Nebraska. And tonight, Rusty, I'm checking in on a 550 for a friend of mine that I've been doing some work to. So hopefully it's sounding okay. I had a bad carrier crystal and some resistors that were way out of spec. So I got done working on that, and so it's working on both side bands now, and seems to be receiving really well as well. So using the Sound Off World Radio Labs SB44 microphone, and I'm running it into the Galaxy 2000 amplifier, something at about 500 watts. WK5R from N0GVK.
All right. Seems to be working fine there, Kurt. You might be just a little bit up frequency, but pretty darn close. All right. Appreciate you checking in. Okay. The station ending in IEI. Go ahead.
This is K0IEI, Jim, in Woodway, Texas, and I'm running a Flex 1500 into an RM Italy 500 dipole antenna and a GM5 mic, and I have a couple of items for sale if I may list them.
Go ahead.
Okay, I have a McCoy filter, 9 megahertz, 5 kilohertz wide, comes with 2 crystals, and that's the first thing I have. It's a McCoy model 32B1 crystals, and this is back in the 50s or 60s when you built your own sideband transmitter before you could buy one. And the second thing is a Bud mini box CU2109B, CU2109B, and this is 2 brand new items in 60-year-old boxes, if you know what I'm meaning. And I'm 90 years old, so that's why I may sound a little whatever. Anyway, you can email me at k0ieijb@gmail.com and send me your phone number, and I will call you back.
Can we repeat the email address one more time?
k0ieijb@gmail.com.
Is that JB?
Roger.
I'll send you an email. This is K5 Lima, Yankee, November.
Okay. Well, your flex sounds good there, and appreciate you checking in there. And that is, that's back in the era of your conglomeration there, Lynn.
Yeah, that's what many of those were 9 megahertz filters. So we'll see if we can get in touch with the fella.
All right. He's got the same suffix as Breckenridge Mike out there. By the way, if you're still listening, Mike, hello, long time no talk. All right. Thank you, sir, and we'll catch you next time. Okay, who else is out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
Kilo Echo 0, Yankee Mike Z.
Whiskey Bravo 5, Delta Yankee Alpha.
Okay, I got 2 there. All right, the 0 station Up there, is that what is it, Kevin or Kenneth?
Kilo Echo 0, Yankee Mike Z.
Kilo Echo 0, Yankee Mike Z, go ahead.
Good evening, Rusty. This is Kilo Echo 0, Yankee Mike Z, David in Springfield, Missouri. I've checked in here before, but it's been a while. Just kind of reconfigured the shack. Don't know how this is going to go, but anyway, we're trying it tonight. So a lot of wires run. I ran a new circuit to this position, and so just a lot of things have transpired here. So just having to look around and try to figure out if everything's going okay. I'm on a Kenwood TS520 SE tonight, driving a 30L1 amplifier with about 40 or 50 watts, and producing, I don't know, somewhere above 400 watts. Going into a MT3000A tuner, Dentron tuner, and out the window with some ladder line or ribbon line, 450 ohm line, up to a dipole cut for pretty much this frequency. It's up about 30 feet. Using a Heil HM10 microphone. Usually operate a D104 on this, but tonight we changed it up a little bit. So anyway, I hope everything is going okay and you can hear my transmission. Thank you for letting me in here. Really enjoying the net. KE0YMZ.
Okay, David. I recognize you now. I forgot until you said your name and everything fell into place there. Hey, 520 sounds good there. And it sounds like all your work is paying off there because you got a good signal down here. I appreciate you checking in, and we'll catch you next time. Okay, the other station that checked in with him, right behind him, go ahead.
KL7 Oscar.
WB5DYA, right?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Hey, WB5DYA, hello to the group. Handle Harris Cliff, Cedar Park. See, we're on our Kenwood to AL80B to a fan dipole up around 50 feet. Having a good time tonight listening to the old rigs. One of these days I'll have a vintage sideband on net. Everybody's got good signals. It's very impressive. So that's about it. Back to net control, WB5DYA.
All right, sounding good there, Cliff. Appreciate you checking in. We'll look for you next time. Okay, there was another station way out there. I'll see if I can get you. Come again. Okay, there was something with Foxtrot in it. That's all I got.
Kilowatt Lima 7, Oscar Foxtrot.
Kilowatt Lima 7, Oscar Foxtrot. Is that correct? Go ahead.
Yes, sir, that's correct. My name's Steve. I'm in Mouse, Arizona, and I'm using a Yaesu FT102 and a homebrew 41000 amplifier. Inverted V dipole at about 30 feet. I'm hearing just about everybody tonight, so thanks for picking me up.
Okay, Steve. Yeah, you kind of threw me a little bit there with the KL, but I was thinking Alaska there, but yeah, out in Arizona, you're sounding good there. What part of Arizona are you in?
Well, I'm on the west coast of Arizona, Colorado River country, right in the middle of the state there, right on the Colorado River, about 25 miles south of Parker.
Okay. I appreciate you checking in there. Yeah, 102 is sounding good there. Appreciate you checking in, and come on back next week. We'll be here. All right. Who else is out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
HTR.
Hey, go ahead, Cliff.
Sugar. Yeah, good evening. Well, I'm talking on a newer radio today. I'm not talking on the Boat Anchor, but I did want to check in.
just for the to be present and accounted for. Wouldn't want to miss a paycheck. And not much to offer, nothing to offer for sale or buy, sell, or trade. And just hope everybody's having a good week. And with that, I'll kick it back to you. W5HTR in Richardson, Texas.
All right, Rick. Good to hear you. And we'll catch you next time. Okay, who else is out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
Mike Whiskey Sugar.
Mike Whiskey Sugar, go ahead.
Yeah, good evening. Is this Rusty?
It is.
Okay, yeah, Marshall here. W6 Mike Whiskey Sugar. And I'm working on that project you and I were talking about. I still need some stuff I didn't know I needed when I talked to you last, but we'll talk about that again. Anyway, a lot of good signals coming in tonight. I'm running the 7300 ICOM with the Henry amplifier, 2 kW. Or 2 KD is what they call it, with a Palstar into a full wave 75 meter horizontal loop. Anyway, good signal, and really enjoy visiting with you guys. And Rusty, I will be knocking on your door to buy some more stuff. This is W6 Mike Whiskey Sugar. Go ahead.
Okay, Marshall. Yeah, sounding good there, even on that modern rig there. Yeah, I was thinking you were the one that got the filament transformer from me. I recognize you. Appreciate you checking in. We'll catch you later on. All right. Anybody else out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
KBZUOZ.
Oh, there's somebody that I cannot not hear. Hello, Barry. Go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, and thanks for the flowers there, Rusty. I hope I got a good signal down there. Well, I'm on a halfway tube radio. I'm on the 520 here this evening, and I've got it turned back here, and I'm driving into the Meritron AL82. Looking up here at the meter. Hello. Well, I'm getting 1,100, 1,200 watts or so, a little more than I thought. Anyhow, that's got a story here tonight. I wish I'd fired up a East Kid as many as I've heard tonight. Boy, it's good to hear all the boat anchors. Rusty, thanks for being here, and thank all two other guys. And we'll ride along. KB0, you owes that.
That 520's working fine, Perry. 20 over. All right, we'll catch you next time. Who else is out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
OJB.
There was somebody there. Try it again. I didn't get it.
That was Denver.
Yeah, go ahead, Denver.
All right, this is N5OJB, and talking to you on a Collins S line, barefoot tonight, not even got an amp on. So I got 32S1 and 75S1 and 312B4 console, station console. So y'all carry on. Everybody's sounding good.
All right, Denver. Collins station working good as usual. I got every bit of that. Appreciate you checking in there. All right. Who else is out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now. Well, I may have fished the pond dry there. K5LYN, WK5R. Your turn, Lynn.
Very well done, Rusty. Hey, it's been a huge net tonight. I never filled up the page before. I'm going on page 2 of my cheat notes here. We've had so many people come by. A great net tonight. This is K5LYN Lynn in Austin on the Heathkit SB10 and all of its support radios that make it something you can put on the air, listen on the Drake 2B. But greetings to all the new people that we have talked to for the first time here. Let's see if there's anybody else out there that would like to join us here. This is K5LYN listening.
W5FH.
Okay, I heard W5. Try me one more time.
That's Byron on it, Crockett. W5FH.
Okay, talk to us.
Hey, I'm not on a vintage radio, but I wanted to let you know that Dalkey TR switch you're talking about, I remember when I was a novice in the late 60s by Elmer that got me my test. He had a station using one of those, and it during receive, the receiver and transmitter are actually connected together, and you can have some suck out problems from the tank circuit of the transmitter with that.
Yeah. You know, a lot of us were afraid to use them. Let's see. Hey, Kenneth, are you still there, HE5XP?
Roger on that. I'm still here, Lynn.
Yeah, he just gave us some good advice. That's what I thought. I just didn't know that Dalkey made those, but a lot of us were afraid that it wouldn't work and that we'd load our transmitter into our receiver. Byron, was that your name? Did I get that right?
Yeah, Lynn, this is Byron, and I apologize I'm not on a vintage rig, but I did want to put that out there. I've worked with that a little bit, and sometimes you can have a problem with the transmitter tank circuit causing a suck-out problem of the receive signal.
Yeah. In other words, it lowered the RF level of your receiver, right?
Yeah.
Well, there was that problem, and all of us were afraid that the RF from the transmitter might go into the receiver. I think that's why I stuck with relays.
I never heard of any issues of it feeding through too much RF. It did a pretty good job there, with that tube isolating it, but it was just the interference of the tank circuit of the transmitter. Okay, W5FH, thanks a lot for letting me butt in.
Well, no, that's good information. That's what I thought it was when Kenneth described it, but I wasn't sure. Kenneth, you have found a real antique there. Whether or not you do something with it, good luck with that, Kenneth. Over.
Yeah, roger that, and appreciate the other two guys that jumped in and talked about it too. But yeah, that's what I figured it was, but I wasn't 100% sure. But thank you there, Brian, and back to you, Lan, AG5XP.
Yeah, those were nice because they didn't make any noise, right? But we're not too sure that they worked right all the time. But that's what this net's all about. I'm glad everybody came in to nail this thing down here. All right, anybody else for the Boat Anchors Net this evening? K5LYN listening. Well, we may have done it. What a great net tonight. Jay, are you back? Okay, Jay was tied up, and I think all the world that wanted to talk to me has already done it. So, Rusty, you want to put out a last call and wrap her up if we've covered the territory here? Great net tonight, folks. K5LYN. Over to you, Rusty.
All right, Lynn. I'll just do it there. All right. This is WK5R with the last call for the Boat Anchors Unlimited net. Before we close her down, come now. I didn't hear anything, so I'll throw it out one more time. Last call for the Boat Anchors Unlimited net before we close it. Come now.
This is Jim K0IEI. I used many TR switches. They work great. Whoever has it, get it. They work wonderful. A lot quieter than relays.
Okay, this is K5LYN. I'll send you an email tomorrow.
All right, thank you, sir. All right. I'll throw it out one more time since we got a response here and somebody else may have showed up. Last call for the Boat Anchors Unlimited net. Come now. I hear nobody. So this is WK5R. Thanking everybody for checking in. And we'll look for you next week. So this is WK5R now closing the Boat Anchors Unlimited net and returning the frequency to normal amateur abuse.